So you watched Patrick Mahomes struggle last season, and it never quite added up. It turns out there's real data now that finally explains why, and it's not the excuse you'd actually expect. And if you think the running backs fix this, you might be missing where the real answer is actually hiding. So today, I want to walk you through what actually went wrong with this offense last season, why the moves everyone's excited about in the backfield might not be the full answer, and introduce you to the one guy who might actually unlock Mahomes again. Stick around, because the answer has been right in front of us since draft day. So let's jump right into it, because your eyes weren't lying to you last season. Something in this offense was really off, and it wasn't Mahomes' arm. The data everybody's using to break this down right now comes from PFF's annual grading report, and honestly, it just backs up what you were already feeling watching those Sunday afternoon games. This isn't us suddenly trusting PFF over our own eyes. It's them finally catching up to what Chiefs Kingdom actually already knew. Here's the findings. Every NFL offense is built to hand the quarterback easy completions. The short routes and quick screens where wide receivers running wide open because the scheme created the space. Those throws are supposed to be almost automatic. For 6 straight years, Mahomes led the entire NFL at converting those easy throws into touchdowns. 94 of them since 2018. 30 more than the next closest quarterback in the entire league. That was Andy Reid's bread and butter. In 2025, though, that fell completely apart. Those same easy throws became some of the least productive plays Mahomes ran all entire season. And it wasn't because his arm got worse. It wasn't because his brain capacity got worse. It's because the system around him stopped creating those plays for him in the first place. And here's the part that should actually worry you just a little bit. Even with a clean pocket, nobody in his face, all the time in the world to throw, and Mahomes still graded out below average. 19th among starting quarterbacks. That's genuinely never happened to him before, ever. But watch what happened the second the play broke down. Scrambling, improvising, throwing off platform with a guy in his face. And Mahomes ranked in the 80th and 89th percentile in the NFL. The talent never left. It just had nowhere to go inside a broken system. So PFF looked at all of that, the worst grade of his career, a missed playoffs, a torn ACL and LCL, and they still ranked him 4th this year going into 2026, behind Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Here's the part we're sitting with before you get mad about that number, though. His overall grade since 2018 still ranks 2nd amongst every quarterback in the league. 3 Super Bowl rings, 2 more than anybody else currently playing. In PFF's own words in the article, he still comfortably belongs in the top 5. Mahomes in 2025 was a Ferrari stuck in traffic. The engine never stopped being elite. It was the road around him that fell apart. And Josh Allen sitting at number 1, a guy with 0 championships, while Mahomes has 3 rings. That's going to make Chiefs Kingdom's blood boil a bit in the comments below. But before you go off on PFF, go ahead and hit that like button on this video. We're trying to get to 500. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that as well. We're trying to get to 100K before the season's over. So here's where most Chiefs fans go next when they think about fixing this. Their mind goes to the run game. And look, the moves here are real. Kenneth Walker walks in as the reigning Super Bowl MVP on a 3-year, $43 million deal, coming off a season where he ran for over 1,000 yards in a timeshare over in Seattle. No Chiefs running back has done that since Kareem Hunt's rookie year back in 2017. Amari DiMercado comes over from Arizona, averaging 6.5 yards per carry the last 3 seasons there. Emmett Johnson, a 5th-round pick out of Nebraska, led the entire Big Ten in rushing last year with over 1,400 total yards. Brashard Smith is back for year 2, and DeMarco Murray, the former Cowboys back, is now in the building teaching all of them as the new running backs coach. That's a real overhaul, and none of it happened by accident. Brett Veach didn't spend real money and a draft pick just to sit these guys on the bench. He did it because the offensive line up front finally gives a real running game somewhere to go. But here's the part nobody's saying out loud. None of that actually fixes the exact problem PFF just described in their article. A better run game helps set up play action, sure, but it doesn't replace a receiver who can get open on a quick in-breaking route the moment the pocket starts collapsing. That's a different problem, and it needs a different answer. So if the run game isn't the full fix, where is it? It's not in the backfield. It's a name Chiefs Kingdom already knows pretty well by now, and that's Cyrus Allen. Allen was a 5th-round pick out of Cincinnati. He wasn't even invited to the Combine. He led the Big 12 in touchdown catches last season with 13. Under 6 foot tall, barely 180 pounds. And here's the fear every Chiefs fan already knows by name, even if you've never said it out loud. That's Andy Reid has a rookie wide receiver jail problem. Jalen Royals caught 2 passes in 7 games last year as a 4th-round pick. And that's not an insult to Jalen Royals. That's just what happens to day 2 and day 3 receivers in this building. You get buried behind the established guys, and you have to wait your turn. Compare that to Xavier and Rashee Rice. Both went in the first 2 rounds. Both played real roles immediately as rookies. The pattern isn't about talent, it's about draft capital. And that's exactly why Chiefs Kingdom should be a little nervous about a 5th-round rookie walking into that same room. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's episode. Let's do an entry. Today we're going to do a little World Cup action. I'm going to go with Luis Diaz, 1.5 first half shots. I'm going to go less here for the Colombian attacker at Switzerland. I'm also going to take Luis Suarez, the attacker, first half shots. I'm going to go less as well on the Colombian attacker. Let's also take Colombia goalkeeper Camilo Vargas at Switzerland, 0.5 first half goalie saves. I'll go more here, and we'll go ahead and lock that in. If you want to tell these picks, follow us at All Chiefed Up on Prize Picks. You can download the app. The link is in the description, and you can use code HMA. Now back to the show. So when you see Cyrus Allen getting real run in minicamp, actual reps and 7-on-7 work with Mahomes throwing him the ball, that fear is exactly what shows up in the replies everywhere. Is he actually going to play, or is he getting the Royals treatment? That's what every fan is asking. And here's why this one might genuinely be a bit different. New receivers coach Chad O'Shea is building this room from scratch, and Allen's entire game is built around exactly that thing PFF said disappeared back in 2025. He wins from the slot. He separates fast. He's a route runner first before he's anything else. That's not a boomer bust deep threat. That's a quick, easy, scheme-created completion walking straight into a building that lost dozens of them last year. And it's not just the coaches who actually believe this. Travis Kelce, the same tight end who's controlled the middle of the field for the past decade, put it simply on his own podcast. Cyrus Allen, he's a route runner, man. That's what he said. That's not a hype man talking. That's a future Hall of Famer co-signing the rookie who might be replacing what he can't do himself very much longer. Be the guy Mahomes can find quickly when a play breaks down. Someone he can reliably trust in every single situation. Put that next to a rebuilt run game that finally makes play action honest again, and you've got the 2 things Mahomes actually lost last year, both getting addressed at the exact same time. Not one or the other, but both. Training camp opens in St. Joe later this month, and that's when we find out if any of this is real. But while everybody else is watching the backfield, just keep an eye on Cyrus Allen, because the piece PFF's numbers say Mahomes is missing might already be in the building. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you think Cyrus Allen earns real snaps in Kansas City this year, or does he end up in that same rookie jail as Jalen Royals did? And which one actually fixes Mahomes faster, the new run game or a receiver who wins underneath and quickly? So let us know what you think about that. And if you're concerned about the defense and you want to see the guy who might already be the best corner on this entire roster, we've broken down everything Noah Williams did last year, and that video's right here.